Well, you're right, guys. Just processing a few more tomatoes in the slow cooker. It's gonna make a sauce or something like that. Bit of a funny old day for me today. 50 years ago, 7th of September 1973. 50 years ago today, I joined the Royal Navy. Went from being a fresh 16-year-old to being an apprentice overnight, and yeah, joined HMS Fisgard. I'll show you a few stills actually while I'm doing this. So I'm having a bit of what you call it, a me day. You know, I'm just having a bit of a reminisce and thinking about friends long gone and friends that are still around and things like that. You know, I'll show you a few stills of things I've been up to in the Navy. It's one of those ones where I've been, you know, it's a bit squidgy. I've been places that other people can only dream of. I've been places that aren't on any map anywhere, you know. And I've been places even when I don't know where I've been. So, yeah. Don't regret a minute of it, I don't think, really. I think, I can say without fear of contraception that, yeah, I've enjoyed every moment of it. Bit awkward being away from the family. That was probably the worst bit. Maybe it led to us splitting up, I don't know. Maybe something to do with it. It probably was, actually. But it's a good life. Like I said, I've been to places that people spend tens of thousands of pounds to go to on holiday, you know. And other places that I can't tell you about. And I've worked on machinery that I can't even tell you about. Some of it is so classified it's still a secret today, you know. And oh, I don't know. I'll tell you what, I'll just get on doing this, and I'll just talk you through a few stills on computer. Well, flashback to 1973. Look at that. That was taken about 2 or 3 weeks before I joined the Navy. I remember Mum and Dad took me down to Bristol Temple Mead Station, bundled me on. No, that's not fair. Assisted me on to the 12:15 to Plymouth, and Dad said to me, "Remember the time, son?" I never knew why he said that, but I guess I do now. Got to Plymouth, got the bus to the Tor Point ferry. Next thing we knew, we were at HMS Fisgard. Crikey, then the apprenticeship started. The first 4 weeks, no leave whatsoever, new entry training, and it was the usual bullying, the induction, the dunking in the firewater tanks, static tanks as they were called. Well, static because they were stagnant. Oh my God, I can still taste the water to this day. Assault courses, cross-country, instructors throwing explosives at you and banging dustbin lids to make you run faster. 15-mile hikes with, your tent and a full rucksack on your back. God, I can still remember the blisters now. Lo and behold, though, it made me the man I am today, and I passed out as an apprentice, a little bit thinner than when I joined 4 weeks earlier. So it was off on leave for a week, which I must say I really appreciated. I was getting a little bit homesick. When I got back, I moved into the mess marked by the Blue Cross. I was accelerated by a term, and I was told that I was to become a marine engineering artificer. And in May 74, it was up to Caledonia. I lived in Drake Division. That's where the little Blue Cross is there. Look at the size of the factory, that great big long building. That was to serve 200 apprentices. You wouldn't get that these days. Term 4 at Caledonia was all about deciding whether you were best suited to be a fitter turner or a metal worker, and unusually I was given a choice. I decided to go with a metal worker. More diverse in my opinion. More about this at the end really. Term 9 was all at sea, and you'll notice that the gun is missing on HMS Eastbourne. That's because the gun room underneath was converted into a mess for us. I did not like Term 9 at all. I was seasick every single day, and that's when I decided I would become a submariner. So in Term 10, I volunteered to become a submariner. I left Caledonia, joined HMS Sultan for submarine training. No real images of this apart from a few on board Valiant. Most of you will know that I was dismissed from the submarine service for having acute asthma, and I went back to general service Well, I say went back. I was never in general service, really. I had to start from scratch. I had to learn everything over and over again. I had to relearn how to salute, call officers sir, things like that. Crazy. But I got there and soon worked myself back up to the top again. Senior chief on every ship I was on. I've spent many months down the Falkland Islands and South Georgia, putting things right that others have put wrong. And I tell you what, it must be the most unspoilt part of the world that I visited. Lovely, absolutely fantastic. The nature, the wildlife. There we go. And I've been to the Caribbean on several occasions, totaling over a couple of years, I think, in all. And I've helped people to escape volcanoes, people I don't know, people that needed help. And I tell you what, that was really satisfying for me, not for them. And my two proudest moments have to be being awarded my dolphins in the bottom of a tot of rum glass. But don't do what this silly beggar did and drink your dolphins as well. And also being presented with a Herbert Lott Award from Tim Lawrence, Princess Anne's husband now, Vice Admiral. I'll tell you what, I'm going to talk you through this.
Chief Petty Officer House joined HMS Argyll in July 1995. In his 18 months on board, he led firstly the diesel generators section and latterly the refrigeration, air conditioning, and water production section. During this time the ship underwent basic operational sea trials, a major defect repair, and a West Indies guardship deployment. Throughout this period House displayed the highest standards of engineering skill, aptitude, and initiative, achieving consistently excellent results. This level of technical support, often completed under arduous conditions, was achieved with alacrity and an unwavering degree of leadership, common sense, and good humor. His contribution to the ship's sea training, both as a maintainer and as the second-in-command of the aft fire and repair party post, merited particular praise from the flag officer's sea training staff, making a significant contribution to the achievement of sound results in both the engineering and nuclear, biological and chemical defense disciplines. Towards the end of 1995 Argyll suffered coincident failures of 2 diesel generators. The management of this large engineering task, requiring the virtual dismantling of the main galley, was expertly handled by House. He applied considerable energy, common sense, and expertise to his working relationship with both naval base staff and their subcontractors, quickly identifying and nullifying threats to a particularly tight repair schedule. During the West Indies deployment he worked tirelessly to maintain his equipments, many of which were functioning on the limits of their operating parameters, to achieve very high material availability. He also displayed exceptional initiative, innovation, and engineering ability in providing ad hoc repair solutions in the numerous cases where spare support was not immediately available. House's skill of hand, lateral thinking, and application were in the highest traditions of the engineering branch. He played a full part in the running of a lively and proactive Chief Petty Officer's mess. He also held the post of entertainment officer throughout the deployment, contributing many ideas and a great deal of hard work to what was a most successful entertainment package. His virtual single-handed running of the deployment draw was of particular note. In 18 months on board, House, through unstinting effort and considerable skill, has contributed much to Argyll. He is most strongly recommended for a Herbert Lott Award in recognition of this work.
And one day I will talk you through the facts behind all of those statements. You'll laugh. I'm digging around and I found a few artefacts. An old trade test. This was from 4 class HMS Caledonia, so that would have been May 1974. Just an engineering exercise. One of those ones, it's a little trade test that you did before you decided, or before they decided, whether you went to be a fitter turner or a metal worker. Now, metal worker is sheet metal work, heavy plate work, welding, forging, woodwork and stuff like that. You know, much more diverse than just fitting and turning with a file and being on the lathe. Anyway, I made this one. Still got it now. It's got my name on it. It's got my trade test numbers on it. It took 21 hours to make, which would be 5 days, so a whole week of engineering, because you did craft for half a day and academics for half a day, you know, city and guilds and stuff like that. And yeah, so double start, square thread. And you had to make your own tool to cut the thread as well. So not only were you you know, machining, you were actually tool making. And look at this, look. Brass, steel, aluminium, and this is such a good fit still that you put your finger over the air hole on top, and look, it doesn't drop until you let your finger off. And that is, well, 49 years old. Still as good as the day it was made, look. Oh. Incredible. And to be fair, the coffee table's still going as well outside. Oh, well, there you are, guys. Swing that lantern, eh? Pull up a bollard, I'll tell you a story. Well, what have I got here as well? I've got loads more stuff. I just want to show you a few of these. Look. This is the Crossing the Line certificate awarded by King Neptune, Neptunus Rex. Everyone who crosses the equator gets one of these, and you have to go through a ceremony where you get dunked and baptized in the seas of in the water of the sea. My Royal Navy certificate of service. It's got all the things I've done here, and you know, joined up on the 7th of September 73, Chief Petty Officer, 6th of February 1980. Cool. What's that then? 6 years. Yeah, 6 years, 4 months, 5 months. It's all on there. All different qualifications, city and guilds is, and things like that. And that's a similar sort of thing. This is more towards the technical side. All the courses I did. Diesel, city and guilds, refrigeration, city and guilds, welding, city and guilds. All my behavioural assessments. VG Superior and stuff like that, and the medal, my Long Service Good Conduct Medal. It's called the Long Service Good Conduct Medal because you get it after 16 years of good conduct, but in the Navy it's called 16 years of undetected crime. And look at this one here. I bet many of you haven't even seen this sort of thing. Computer fanfold printout. Look at that. Pages and pages and pages of my Navy history, my pay rates, my promotions, my stuff like that, you know. Oh, I don't know, guys. So anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a little drop, a little tot of Pusser's Rum Gunpowder Proof. Treat myself today. 54.5%. Lovely place. If you ever go to Tortola, British Virgin Islands, visit the Pusser's Rum shop. Brilliant, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So today being Thursday, the toast is Royal Navy toast, a bloody war and quick promotion. Well, I've done the first one and I have the second one, so can't argue with that. I do wish it was a Sunday though, because the toast is absent friends and those at sea. So let's pretend it's Sunday, guys, and this is for you, all right? Bottoms up. Take care, shipmates.